We're over a month into the Spring Anime 2025 anime season, and I've had the chance to finally watch at least 3 episodes of 20 of the most interesting new and releasing anime. Also, I could review them today into an awesome tier list, so you could maybe, I don't know, spark some discussion, or maybe even help you find something new to watch today. I wouldn't normally watch this much anime, especially considering for how long it's taken, but this has been some of the most interesting and most innovative anime seasons I've ever experienced.
Hello, Zuko here.
If you're new here, hi, I'm Frank, and this is my anime club where we could watch and discuss some anime together. Several of the anime that I'm going to be reviewing today are stuff that I've streamed to you guys in the Discord, and I'm going to be featuring some of your reactions today. So I hope you were behaving yourself.
Oh no. Threesome?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh no! I take it back!
If you're not in the Discord and was maybe thinking of hanging out and maybe watch some anime together as well, then I do try my best to create a nice, safe, fun space for us to be able to join in all together. The links will be in the description below, as well as a pinned comment, and I hope to see you there. And with all that said, how about we just sit back and get comfortable? Because I'm Frank, your club host for today, and let's get into it. This video is sponsored by Maono, who I am very grateful to have received a microphone and boom arm that you see in here in this video. Even though I'm just a small YouTuber that's not even monetized yet, Maono probably looked at my videos and saw that I was using the same blue snowball that I've been using for like the same 10 years on this YouTube channel, and they thought they could probably just help me out. So basically, we're professionals now. No more SpongeBob sock pop filter, alright? In fact, I got this Kraft mac and cheese sock now. My sister won it at an arcade recently. Isn't it cool? Oh yeah, that's much better. Anyways, I just wanted to take a quick minute to express my gratitude because now this means I could deliver higher quality videos to you guys. Thanks again, Maono. Now let's get back to the video. If we're doing a tier list video, I think it's important for you to know what my taste in anime is like, or at least get a little gist of it, because even if I might start rating anime into like bad tiers, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to watch it. It just, well, I might judge you for it silently, but we all like different things after all, don't we? And that's why I think I should be upfront about my bias before we start. I've seen around 400 unique anime, and these are what I consider some of my top 5 of all time. I'm partial towards anime that has intriguing world building, in-depth characters, and basically something that's really innovative or quirky. Even if I've been able to enjoy anime from every genre, I'd say romance is my least explored, and I tend to dislike most ecchi, slice of life, or shoujo themes. My AnimeList profile will be in the description below if you want to learn a bit more, but I think you get the gist of it. And let's just get started ranking our first anime, shall we? I want to start with Apocolypse Hotel, which is what I consider to be one of the best hidden gems of the Spring Anime 2012 anime season lineup that I'm going to be reviewing today. It is criminally underwatched, but not underrated, and for good reason. Earth is contaminated by a virus that only kills humans, and so all the humans flee, leaving Earth behind. The story takes place in a hotel run by our robot main characters. Current guests, 0. Check-ins scheduled today, 0. Yesterday's website traffic, 0 views. Just like my YouTube channel, so please subscribe! Yet the staff diligently maintains the hotel flawlessly for the awaited return of the humans. It's not until a century of hopeless silence passes until they receive their first guest in a long time. An incomprehensible alien. What is it? What does it want? It doesn't matter to Hotel Ginguru though. The staff will fulfill their duty of welcoming a guest to the highest standards no matter what. Despite being robots, they are powered by futuristic AI capable of real and complex emotions that's not exactly human, but still very real in their own unique way. They have the utmost respect for the hotel's owner, who kind of looks like Colonel Sanders if I'm being honest. And he treated the robots as if they were his own children, which in turn taught them to have compassion for each other. We watch the mentally taxing passage of time as they carry on for so long, wondering if humans would ever return. What really happened to the humans? How long can the hotel truly run for? As they are faced with new challenges and questions, you are slowly fed more world building every episode that creates an interesting setting that leaves you wanting to find out what happens to these charming characters.
人類っぽいですよ。すごく。
嘘だろ。
ほら、ほらもうこれは、ほら、これは。
確かに形状は似ているが。
我々は地球人だ。
Apocolypse Hotel could almost be summarized as if it's like WALL-E in a weird sort of way, except unlike WALL-E, they never really find the humans, they never really find any kind of love interest, there's no real happiness in sight. The robots just kind of get depression and deal with it. Next is Kowloon Generic Romance, which I think I'm going to be putting into the good tier. This seinen romance anime is about two characters working as realtors in Kowloon City, Kudo and Kujurai. Despite being a city that refuses to change as the world progresses into the future, Kowloon is a nostalgic place deeply loved by its residents who want things to stay exactly the way they are. It's heartwarming as the two main characters spend time enjoying the little quirks Kowloon has to offer. But it quickly turns heartbreaking as we come to learn that Kudo is doing all this in hopes of bringing back Kujurai's forgotten memories as she suffers from some kind of amnesia. I'm not quite sure just yet. Some of those memories that were forgotten is like their own engagement, which is like the real plot twist that really got me hooked on the show. I mean, can you imagine how sad that is to propose to someone like the love of your life and then they just forget it's even happened? They even forgot even who you are entirely. That must be really heartbreaking for our guy Kudo here. You quickly learn that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, which adds an interesting layer of mystery. The world building especially is the big reason why I rate it so highly, as I can't help but feel nostalgic for something that doesn't even exist, which I think is a credit to the quality of writing and beautiful world design. I wish I could experience a taste of the street food that they eat, or walking through the small alleyways, or even basking under the light of the ominous floating Bass Pro Shop looming over. So on top of being a really high quality romance, I think the added layers of weird sci-fi mystery that's going on is what really helps me rate the anime even more highly. And it just desires me to keep watching to learn more. I really hope that this anime ends just as interesting as it started. But I think it's a really safe recommend. It's really, really good, guys. Next on our list is Summer Pockets, which I'm just going to throw straight into the bad tier. Like, this is bad. It's based off of like an old 2000s visual novel, and you could kind of tell that it is a 2000s visual novel kind of feel. Look, hear me out. I mean, just look at how all the obvious potential love interests are introduced. For example, some girl will be minding her own business, and this dude would make it his mission to mansplain to them somehow. Trying to learn how to swim, this guy must go out of his way to tell her exactly how it's really done. Singing on top of a lighthouse. Gotta interrogate her to make sure she's not, I don't know, giving away your location to the enemy or something on that lighthouse. I don't know. And this other girl is literally just sleeping, and he feels the need to grab her because, I don't know, he doesn't like the position she's in. Man, I don't know, but even though this main character has no concept of personal boundaries, the girl's reactions are nothing short of a stereotypical Discord kitten who will forgive daddy for anything if it means them getting Discord Nitro at the end of the month. I don't know. The main character absolutely strikes me as someone who would have Discord kittens he bribes for attention. He will literally make the most edgelord statements like how he's a wounded bird of passage, and he will say that with a straight face, and how he's hurt in the heart. Like, no. You are not. What are you even talking about, dude? This whole anime hurt me, man. The Two Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom, is, I think, a pretty easy one for the good tier, guys. Okay, so you've heard of power fantasy anime, right? Well, I'm about to make a new word, alright? And I call it pamper fantasy anime. Alright, that's right. Get pampered. Who's a good little saint who works hard and deserves to be spoiled? You are. Yes, you are. You're the best saint ever, and all those nasty people who abused you before can rot away, while you live it up in the new kingdom of people that know how to actually appreciate you. As you might guess from the title of this anime, the show is about a saint who is deemed as like the best of all time. She diligently protects her own kingdom from monsters, erects some of the strongest barriers in history, and still has the spare time to fulfill custom requests like medicine or produce rain for the people in need. Yet somehow, the people still loathe her in comparison to her younger sister, who is seen as like more charming and attractive. It's absolutely disgusting how everyone, including her own parents, even spread rumors about how Philia is not even truly the best saint, but actually just arrogant and takes credit for the work done by her sister. Ironically, her little sister is the only one who actually looks up to our main character, Philia. The rest of the kingdom is against our poor girl, and yet she genuinely believes the solution is just to keep working harder and harder until she finally earns their love and respect. It isn't until her fiance of a week, the prince, sells her off to another kingdom that she comes to learn what it's like to live with normal people for the first time. Not only is it a sweet story about a girl who learns what it's like to feel loved for the first time in her life, but what really made me put this in the good tier is the very interesting side plot that's going on. You see, her sister Mia was the one person who ever loved and admired Philia growing up. So Mia takes it upon herself to uncover the truth about what happened to her sister, take revenge against everyone who ever mistreated her, and ambitiously try to save her kingdom from demons on top of everything already. If you remember back in the intro, I said I watched at least 3 episodes before I feel qualified enough to rank this anime in the tier list, but this is one of those exceptions where I'm hooked. Like every single week, I am like on the mark watching the newest episode. Like I am addicted to 2 Perfect Saiyans. I'm not gonna lie. I almost put it into must watch, but like I could tell it's objectively not like the highest quality ever. It's I don't know. It's one of those that I just feel personally attached to, if that makes sense. But if you do give it a try, let it cook. All right. I think it's at episode 4, which I think really kicks things off. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna put it in the good tier. I mean, there are a good silver anime that I'm about to rank even higher than it. Also, wait, is that Sebastian for Black Butler? What are you doing here, buddy? Who's a good butler? Who's a good butler? You are. Yes, you are. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right, I'll stop. Fire Force Season 3 is going straight into the good tier. Like I mentioned earlier when talking about my taste, I'm not a huge fan of ecchi, and I'm not the only one who complains about the awful fan service and Fire Force is known for either.
I mean, what about a character whose only defining trait is that they are fully clothed head to toe? I mean, you can't even see her face with this thing up. What the fuck?
But Season 3 seems to be behaving itself so far and focusing on what I actually enjoy most, the badass action, and there is a lot of it so far. Everyone is taking their final stand as rebels, and the hype is very real.
Was that moon always so obvious?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was watching Soul Eater. Right, I'm not the only one who thought that.
Also, I'm not sure why it's taken me until Season 3 to figure this out, but apparently Fire Force takes place in the same world as Soul Eater. That fun fact alone is partially why I rate it so high, because I have a soft spot for Soul Eater. I'll admit it. I mean, I even have a couple tattoos referencing it. I mean, check this out. Look, ooh, wow, isn't that cool? Look, it's Excalibur. Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan of mainstream battle shonen, especially in the modern anime days, but it's still a very fun watch and very easy into the good tier, in my opinion. A ninja and an assassin under one roof. I think I'm going to put it into the good tier. I was thinking of putting it into like at least the top of mid tier, but as I let it cook a little more, I started to get really attached to the dialogue in particular. I think the dialogue could be really, really funny sometimes.
なんでくない構えてるんですか？
いや、断られたら殺そうと思って。
物騒すぎる。それにもうダメじゃないですか。ちゃんと凶器は消しておかないと。
結婚しようか。
そんなに？
These bitches be gay. Good for them. This anime is really cute and funny, and is based off a Yuri theme if that's not obvious already. This is a girls-only anime, okay? Get out. Oh, wait, shit. Also, the action and the animation has no business going this hard.
抜け忍者。あれ？先輩は？あ、いった。
A clueless ninja who has the power to hide murder evidence by turning anything she touches into leaves. Satoko finds herself living under the same roof as an assassin, Konoha, who wants nothing more than to climb the highest rank of assassins by killing more and more targets. I wonder if that means they're going to run into Sakamoto, who is like considered the best assassin in his own series. But the thing is, Sakamoto is a little too heterosexual and is also male, so they're never going to see each other, unfortunately. Despite having a dark undertone of multiple brutal deaths like every episode, they still managed to make it cute and wholesome somehow. And Actually, that might just be me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the weird one. Next is another fantastic hidden gem, Kijin Gentoushou, which I think is going to go straight into the must-watch tier. Like, this is fantastic, y'all. The pilot is an hour long, and for good reason. It's full of heartbreak and overall an incredibly strong first episode that leads into the main premise of the show, which is about a swordsman who had experienced demons destroying everything he's ever loved, while also turning his sister into a demon. And the anime follows him as he goes on to slay more demons. Now, where have we heard this before? That's right, this sounds like Demon Slayer, doesn't it? Alright, but you be wrong. Alright, this is very different. Alright, trust me. Okay, one, I did exaggerate a little bit because I thought it was a little funny to compare the two, but trust me, like, these two couldn't be more different than each other. Besides being a much more mature show in comparison, another key difference that sets it apart is how the main character actually inherits a special demon arm that allows him to not only live seemingly forever, but he can also absorb the powers of other demons. On top of being an already skilled swordsman before even getting the demon powers, now he can live much longer in a body that doesn't age, absorb more demons, collect more powers, and all this combines to him becoming incredibly strong over time. This is a very high quality anime that I really recommend checking out, but I think the main reason why a lot of people are not talking about this anime, at least as not just as much as I'd like to, is because it's very hard to find this anime. Like, it's not on Crunchyroll, it's not on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime Video, but only in my country. For other people, it's not. I mean, just take a look at the official website. Like, the official website says that there is plenty of streaming websites, but I think what's going on is that it's just all very heavily region locked. So what I'm getting at is that you might have to be really creative if you want to try watching this anime, but I'm here to tell you that it's worth the effort. Like, this anime is goated, y'all. Shiunji Family Children. Oh boy, okay. Fuck me. So, you've heard of No Homo, bro. Well, get ready for No Chromo Oni-chan. This anime is bad, and anyone who enjoys it should probably just keep it to themselves, if I'm being honest. You see, it's an ecchi harem, so plot was never the main focus anyways, but if you must know, it's about a wealthy family with lots of beautiful children, and when the youngest finally turns 15, the father appears for what I think is the only time in the whole anime to reveal that they're all adopted and not actually siblings. After dropping the absolute bombshell and leaving the anime forever, the show turns into the Hunger Games of trying to get laid with the one brother who's still single. All the girls are one-dimensional characters embodying a different personality and body type, from the classic tsundere baka oni-chan character to the mature older sister. And apparently what this anime considers to be old and mature is 18 years old, by the way. That's right, if you're 18, you're an old hag. Fuck you. This whole anime is kind of gross in my opinion, but I don't think it's meant to be judged seriously, so I won't review it seriously. And on top of that, since it's an ecchi, it's kind of subjective if you personally find the characters attractive or not. And I don't. I really don't. At least Shiunji Family Children is not as bad as what's next on the list here. In fact, this anime is so bad that I'm going to make a whole new tier called AI Slop, because that is what this is, and it is known as Twins Hinahima. This anime was 95% AI generated using Stable Diffusion, which is largely considered to be an ethical AI model that's trained on a dataset of consenting artists. And that's pretty much the only compliment I have for this anime, which is that at least they didn't steal the art.
Wait, are the voices AI too?
Yeah, everything's AI.
What?
I mean, do you guys just start eating grass out of frustration?
I know dogs and cats eat grass when they meet, but
Yeah, it's a dog thing.
This one episode special was basically an experiment, so I can't truly hate the people of Kaka Studio. Oh, wait, is that actually the name? Kaka. It's Kaka. It's like poo. Okay, I'm sorry. You see, Kaka Studio were just trying to do something new and see what happens. Well, this is what happens. There's this cat chase scene that seems to last seemingly forever, and for the most part, it's also just kind of impossible to tell what the main plot is even about. The only enjoyable thing I got out of this anime was forcing you guys to watch it and suffer as well.
Pretty cool, am I right, guys?
I want my tickets back.
I
feel like I was robbed.
If I had to suffer, so should you. It's so awful that I plan on making a dedicated video analyzing this anime further, because I started going down this rabbit hole of like researching articles, and There's a lot to dig into, so subscribe if you're interested to see something like that, and I'm just going to move on to the rest of the tier list for now. The beginning after the end is just plain bad in my opinion. I really did not vibe or connect with this anime at all. It's very popular in Japan for some reason, and some even say that it's a direct competition for Jobless Reincarnation. But here's the thing. I also hate Jobless Reincarnation. And the beginning after the end, I think is just a worse clone of something already bad. So it's just even more bad. So fuck both these anime, honestly. The beginning after the end is very formulaic and not even in a good way. Considering how popular it is though, I guess the formula does work for making money, but even the AI anime had the balls to try and come up with something original. So yeah, the beginning after the end might be bad, that it follows a formula I don't personally vibe with, but I will compliment that it doesn't fuck anything up technically. The animation is fine, the characters are fine, and I guess the power system is fine. It's like everything was executed in like the safest way possible. So if you want to give it a try, you might like it. I think I'm just a weird one here personally. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Oh man, yeah, this is another banger that's going into the must-watch tier. I have to admit, my expectations were low going in, partially because the description did not sound very interesting at first, and I also don't think too highly of fantasy light novel adaptations either, because most of the time, you just get a mindless self-insert power fantasy, and technically speaking, when you think about it, this anime still is a self-insert power fantasy, but it's not mindless. It's a very minded anime. Mind you. It's about a middle-aged main character who's not only very passionate about swordsmanship, but he also cares a lot about others and is incredibly selfless. It's very heartwarming to see the effect he's had on his students throughout life as they've grown successful enough to finally express their gratitude towards their teacher, and it's been very fun to see our main character also have a chance to show everyone that he might truly be the most powerful swordsman in the world. He's also the most humblest man in the world, and it rubs off as almost inspiring in a way. Honestly though, I have no idea how to explain why this anime is so good, since it's not like we haven't seen anime like this before. It seems to have this weird free rent effect, if I'm gonna make something up, where even the premise might sound plain or overdone, it's executed in a way that draws people in regardless. It goes to show another great example that you don't always have to reinvent anime or be flashy, but sometimes all you need is good writing. I've been recommending this anime a lot to people recently, and it's been received pretty well so far as I can tell. So it's kind of been field tested, but either way, I really love this, and this is just another anime that I look forward to seeing the newest episode every week. My Hero Vigilantes is just going straight into the good tier, man. Like this is some good shit. This feels like exactly what I've always wanted from the main Boku no Hero Academia series. Because you see, when I first originally got introduced to this series, and I've seen Deku, you know, a guy without quirks, and yet he works and trains like really, really hard. I was really drawn into that. I thought that was really cool. And then he suddenly got one of the most overpowered quirks in the world, and it just turned into a weird high school anime in disguise in a weird sort of way. And I still watched every episode, but it just wasn't that great. I felt like it was always missing something, and I think My Hero Vigilantes like finally scratches that itch that I've always wanted, especially when it comes to this bad boy, Knuckle Duster. All right, let me tell you about this guy. This is a man who uses nothing but his fists and his two massive balls to fight anyone who fucks around to find out. His vigilantism inspires our two other main characters to join him to fight crime. This really feels like the underdog story I've always wanted to see from the My Hero series. And if you didn't know, it's considered a prequel to the main series, so I want to emphasize that if you've not seen the Boku no Hero Academia series like at all, like this is your first introduction to it, like you're safe. You could watch this anime. And at the same time, if you are a fan of the Boku no My Hero Academia series, there are fun little Easter eggs. All right, there's favorite characters who make an appearance. Because even though it's considered a prequel, it's not set that far behind from the main series.
Wait, was that Deku's mom?
Wait, actually?
His mom! That was Deku's mom!
Oh my god! Holy shit!
She's not fat! I'm sorry, chubby.
So I think it's really cool watch for everyone. All right, what have we got next on the list? All right, you're Forma. I think I'm going to put this in mid tier. All right, it's kind of hard to rate this anime, honestly. Like, it really depends on how it ends. The animation is like laughably bad, for example.
What?
You fucking killed him.
That's unrealistic. What? Wait, what?
But it's the plot that really keeps me optimistic. It almost reminds me of Psychopaths, but different in a way. Alright, your Forma is a detective sci-fi about diving into the minds of people to dissect the memories to help solve crime. And these brain dives require a lot of skill and mental fortitude, and our main characters happen to be one of the best at brain dives in the world. And yet, the android partner dude guy thing is being accused of a crime, which, as you might imagine, complicates things. So the show follows the two as they personally try to uncover the truth and prove his innocence, and along the way, the show has been doing a great job of exploring what it means to have a soul. It's pretty interesting in my opinion. Alright, I've been killing slimes for 300 years to max out my level. Season 2 is going into the mid tier. Like, I'm not crazy for this, it's a slice of life, and I don't usually vibe with slice of lives, but I think this is one of the better ones in my opinion. I think I'm just not in the mood these days for it, but I could assure you, I still watched 3 episodes before I dropped it, and I think it's just as good as a comfort show as season 1, but I think the pacing has gotten a little slower. It might just be me, but I do think the pacing is a little slower, and I personally kind of just enjoy reading the manga a little more. Alright, I don't want to shit on the adaptation that much. I mean, the animation's fine, the voice acting's fine, the music is great, everything is pretty good. It's really nitpicky about the pacing. The pacing isn't horrible either, it's just a little slow, but yeah, mid. Alright, next on the list is Witch Watch. Alright, this has been like one of the most popular anime I've been streaming on the server. Like, it's been the most well received amongst you guys. But me personally, I'm just gonna put it into the good tier. Like, it's really good, don't get me wrong. I think I'm just more in the mood for more serious shows these days. But I do think it is objectively good, and I do find myself laughing at a lot of the jokes. I won't lie.
わかってるよ。ニコ、マジョリカバリー使えるか？
でもかなり大事なものがないと。
それなら大丈夫。ここにこいつの命より大事なもんがある。
Nah.
It fits him more.
That's a little messed up. Just cause property damage to bolt someone for life? Like, what the fuck?
See, like, when it comes to anime, I think the jokes are a lot funnier than I initially expected. I'm especially caught off guard by references to big IPs like Hunter x Hunter, which is like my weakness, since that's like one of my favorite animes of all time. I do plan on finishing Witch Watch, and I wouldn't be surprised if it grows on me as it keeps going on and I give it more time. It's a very charming show about a witch who just wants to help people to the best of her ability, and her familiar, who is also her childhood friend and who is also an ogre, who wants nothing more than to protect his childhood friend with his enormous strength while she does witchy things. It's advertised as a romance anime, but I assure you that after being halfway through the show, 6 episodes in, there hasn't been any actual romance. Like, it's literally just Nico getting flustered, thinking of her crush, or, I don't know, flashing her underwear. Like, oh no, he can see me in his underwear.
If they defeat the dress, will she be in underwear?
That's the usual anime way.
Yep.
You called it.
Nothing romantic ever really happens, and if it ever does, like by the end of the anime, it's probably just them like holding hands or something. I think what really carries this show is the comedy and overall cuteness, and that's why I might recommend it, but I won't recommend it for the romance, that's for sure. Like, there's no romance. Oh boy, here comes Lazarus. Alright, this is the must-watch of the must-watches, baby. For real. Like, Lazarus is probably the anime that we all expected to deliver the most, and deliver it did. I will say it's not perfect, and there are some flaws. Sometimes it's just laughably bad.
Well, as you can see, Axel is the type of guy who can easily make himself at home. Doesn't matter where he is, even prison.
he had to clean the floor. He saw something dirty there. As someone who played basketball, I was like, what the fuck?
But ultimately, this is still the highest quality anime of the season in both animation, music, and plot. That might be subjective to an extent, but a lot of work has gone into Lazarus, considering the director Cowboy Bebop decided to make a comeback to show everyone why he's still the GOAT. And he just casually invites the director of John Wick to handle the action, as if it's just common sense. The final product reminds me of Cowboy Bebop a little, and in a good way, but it's also still its own unique story about a group of special agents trying to find a man who could be hiding anywhere on Earth. the lives of literally everyone on the planet depend on them to succeed within a very short period of time. It's intense, fun, and the personalities of the characters are a joy to experience. I really hope the ending doesn't flop, but I think this is a really easy recommendation for anybody. So long as they don't mind a more mature show, but it's solid, bro. It's good. Oh yeah. So yeah, Lazarus may have been like one of my favorites of the Spring Anime 2025 anime season, but Makina-San is the love bot. Is one of the worst. All right, that's just straight into the bad tier. Fuck this anime, man. It's still not as bad as the AI anime that we've judged recently, but that's why that there is a separate AI slot, because I think these two anime deserve to be rated separately. All right, because you see, Makina-San is a love bot is purely an ecchi anime, and if you find the character attractive, then it's done its job. All right, but if you don't find the character attractive, then there's nothing else. See, the whole plot is just about a timid nerd who just lives with a sex robot. You're probably not surprised I rate this anime so poorly, considering I already mentioned at the start that I dislike ecchi anime. But that doesn't mean it's impossible for me to ever like ecchi anime, because you see, Golden Boy is an ecchi that I consider to be one of my favorites, for example. But that's because the lewdness is kind of used cleverly in a way that leverages the comedy.
You son of a...
Oh, and the characters are actually attractive to me, which I guess will also always be subjective. That said, I still forced myself to watch 3 episodes of Makina-San as a love bot just in case there was something more to the show. But I kid you not, but the entire show seems to take place mostly in one bedroom where nothing happens. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what's even worse than Makina-San as a love bot is please put them on Takamine-San. All right, so at least with Makina-San, all right, at least it's an ecchi anime that gets to the point, all right? It's about a love robot. It's about a sex robot, all right? So, like, boom, titties, all right? There's no plot. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. All right, with Takamine-San, all right, the thing is, it seems to try and create this overly complex and unnecessarily convoluted plot, and all it does is just waste your time. Not only is the plot shit, all right? Not only are the characters shit, I mean, like, look at the design of this attractive character. It just looks so pointy for some reason. It looks like some Oblivion character that you make as a joke. At first, I was drawn in by the absolute wild description about how Takamine has the power to travel through time so long as she takes off her underwear. Then she proceeds to blackmail a main character to carry around spare underwear as if he's some kind of squire attending to a knight. However, it's honestly such a waste of time. All right, like even the animation for every single time she takes off her underwear is just so long and unnecessary. I mean, like, what does this door have to do anything? Why is there a space? Why is there a rose? What does this have anything to do with the plot? And why does it take a whole fucking minute every single time? It's just boring and ugly every which way possible. And the only compliment I have for this anime is not even for the anime, but it's for Crunchyroll, because you see, Crunchyroll uploaded the uncensored version, which is kind of base of them, not gonna lie. Guilty Gear Strive, Dual Rulers. This is really hard for me to rate, but I think I'm just gonna put it at the very top of mid tier. And even though I think it's objectively better than mid, it's just really hard to keep up and understand what the heck's going on, especially if you've never played any Guilty Gear games. And that's me, by the way. I've never played any Guilty Gear in my life.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
She has the fucking narrator that always follows her. Peak.
Yes, I like it.
Boobies.
I was still able to enjoy this anime a lot because, for some reason, a lot of my audience seemed to be big Guilty Gear fans. So as I was like streaming this anime into the Discord, I've had like quite a few people who are like explaining like who the characters are, what their powers are doing, the history of things, why Twitter is up in arms about what gender this one character is about. I mean, that was a fun ride to discover. Even though I appreciate the effort of everyone trying to help me out, I'm still going to put it into mid tier, especially since I still enjoyed the beautiful and unique animations, and it was still a very fun experience to get introduced to the Guilty Gear universe personally. Teogonia is the last anime I'm ranking today, and I think I'm going to put it at the very bottom of mid. I was almost thinking of putting it into the bad tier, but the thing is, I can't really nitpick anything that's actually bad about this anime. It's kind of weird, right? There's this prevalent mediocre feeling you get when you're watching this, and it's just hard to describe. From the character designs to the enemy designs to the world setting to the plot, everything feels like it was some sort of default option that never got customized. Nothing truly has any personality to it. Everything else in the mid-tier has at least something good going with it. Like your Forma, for example, has a unique spin on the future, and Guilty Gear getting an anime at all is very based. But Teogonia is one of the most generic battle shonen anime I've seen in a while. Main characters get stronger just because, they fight bad guys just because, and build a civilization just because. Nothing is complex, and any plot holes is lazily explained that it's just magic, bro, or that's just the nature of it, that's just how those guys are. Sometimes people feel attracted to that kind of simplicity though, so I could see why some people like it. I won't judge you for liking it. I just couldn't relate personally. So to wrap up this tier list of the Spring Anime 2025 anime season, this has been one of the most interesting that I've experienced in a long time, especially when it comes to the new anime. New and interesting experiments that I've just not seen in a long time. I mean, even the worst offenders like the AI anime, at least that was still so beyond bad that it became almost entertaining to hate on it. I'm not gonna lie. On top of all that, I also want to express my appreciation to my subscribers for just being patient with me here. Because you see, like, I've been really busy lately. I mean, I also play esports, if you don't know, so I've been traveling for a competition for that. I won, by the way. And my sister recently graduated, and I had to just travel there and spend a week with some family, and it's just been good. And on top of all that, I work a full-time job. Believe it or not, I gotta make a living too, and work has just been like really busy lately. So again, I appreciate the patience, and I also just want to make sure that the videos I produce are, you know, valuable content for anyone who comes by. And speaking of valuable content, I'm always never certain if even what I'm providing is valuable. So just remember, I'm always here for feedback, and otherwise, I hope you enjoyed regardless. And with that said, I've been Frank, your club host, that's signing off for today. Hoping to see you again. Take care.